In this video, we are going to show you how to apply the translations and reflections in the graphical functions of TI-84. So at the beginning, we can try to create an original function fx called x squared minus 4x plus 4, for example. And then this blue graph represents the original function. If we would like to apply some transformations to this original graph, we are able to use some tricks to sketch a few more graphs to demonstrate the transformations. So we can try to press the button y equals, go to the previous page. There is no need to copy the same quadratic expressions from time to time when sketching a new graph. Let's say, for example, if I would like to draw a new graph to demonstrate the upward translation by 3 units. The original way was to copy the entire quadratic expression to y2 and then plus 3, because we already know that y1 is equivalent to this quadratic expression. So which means we can try to sketch the new graph by inputting the notation y1. So that on the second row, I'm going to input y1 by pressing VARS button and then go to the second menu and then choose the first option. And then we choose the first option again. Then I try to do something like this, plus 3. And then we can press the graph button. And then we can see the relationship between the original blue curve and the new red curve, that is, from the blue curve, translate upward by 3 units. That becomes the red curve. And similarly, if we wish to show the downward translation by 5 units, we can use y3. Again, we can press the VARS button and then choose the second menu, and then the first option, and then the first option again. And then this time we try to input minus 5. And then press the graph button. Then we can see that when the blue curve is translated downward by 5 units, that will become a black curve. This time I would like to translate the original blue curve to the right by 4 units. In terms of the notation, that is related to f bracket x minus 4. Then if we are doing some changes inside the bracket, we would be able to apply the similar way. So first of all, we can try to input the notation y1 first, click the open bracket, and then we can input x minus 4, and then close bracket. Then press the graph button. We can see that the pink curve is formed when the blue curve is translated to the right by 4 units. Similarly, if I wish to translate the blue curve to the left by 4 units, then we can input the y1 first, and then open bracket, and then x plus 4, close bracket. Then we can see that the new green curve is formed when we try to translate the original blue curve to the left by 4 units. This time, if I would like to reflect the original blue graph about the x-axis, in terms of the notation, that is negative fx, which means we can try to input a negative sign and then input the notation y1. And then press the graph button. Then we can see that the new orange curve is exactly the reflected image of the original blue curve about the x-axis. Similarly, if I wish to reflect the original blue curve about the y-axis, in terms of the notation, that is related to f bracket negative x, so that we can try to input the notation y1 first, and then open bracket, and then we input negative x, and then close bracket. Then we can see that the new dark red curve is exactly the reflected image of the original blue curve about the y-axis.